On today's episode, we have a 2000 Articat two-wheel drive 250. I bought this for bought it for $400. Didn't run. A couple things I've already done. This piece was missing, so ordered a new one, put in a new air filter. One thing I noticed right away is that the peacock was leaking, so we're going to rip that out. I have a replacement. And then we're going to take all this off, and we're going to get down to that carburetor, which I did clean already, but it's getting stuck. So we got to look at it again and figure out what's going on there, and then this thing should be a pretty good runner. So yeah, let's get to it. Just get these bolts off, and then it's got a rubber strap at the end, so we're going to go ahead, undo that metal band around it, loosen it up, and then we should be able to pull this off, which then brings us right to the carburetor itself. Just that easy. Also has the original toolbox, and it has the manual as well, which I thought was pretty neat. Can never complain. I'm going to put these over here so I don't lose them. Cool. Now we're in the carburetor. Let's see what your view looks like. We can fix that. Zoom on in. So there is the carburetor. Same kind of situation. I'm going to pull that off. We're going to look at this. I think that fuel filter needs to be replaced, so we'll look at what I have laying around to fix that, which I don't think I have anything, but we'll find something. Also, it's using zip ties. I have some fuel clamps. We'll do that proper. But nonetheless, we'll undo this strap. I'll undo this strap. Make sure you can see all right. Yeah, you're good. So those are loose. And just be aggressive. There we go. So that is the carburetor. We need to take a look inside here. You want to be careful. Typically, any carburetor, I actually swap these out from screws to Allen wrenches, just because I find that to be a lot easier. You don't have to worry about stripping. So if I look like I'm going slow, I am, because I'm really centering the pressure in the center so that I don't strip one out, because that is not fun. Very easy to avoid with a little bit of patience. This one's going to be difficult. This one's already got a strip to it. No bueno. Oh, and it took my whole thing. It's alright. Fell all the way through, so that's easy. So, what do we do for that one? That is when I look at my bits, see if I have anything a little bit more fresh. Something that'll grip maybe different than the grip that I have, right? Then we go from there. So, get a different screwdriver. You know, the other thing you can use, I might actually have one. One of those like brake release doohickeys and industrial grade, like it's like an impact drive set. That might help in this concerning situation. So I think we'll try that. So one of these guys, granted, I don't have a really good way to hammer this. But we're going to try. We're going to try that because we are going to definitely replace that screw. I may have to run somewhere to buy one if I don't have an extra, but I am not going to put that one back in. Screwdriver. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see. There we go. So that's loose enough where I can use my regular screwdriver, but we are not going to put that one back in. That is for a different moment. For now, we'll keep taking apart. Probably going to need that hammer again, just because of the pin. Let's see what I'm talking about once we're inside. Yeah, this screw is done. And since one of them's already done, that kind of reaffirms the going to Allen wrenches, but let's see if I can get that in there. See how it's chewed up? Yeah, that's junk. You don't want to use that again. You're just screwing yourself, especially with a carburetor. End of the day, carburetors, they're going to get gunked up. They're going to have issues. It's just reality. So save yourself the headache and frustration when you do have to pull it. Not having a impossible screw to have to pull out. This screw doesn't look great either now that I'm looking at it. I think I just got lucky on this one. So there we go. I don't know if you noticed that, but the floats, how it vibrated up and down, that tells me exactly what I was fearing. I think the floats are getting stuck open, and that's why it is also leaking gas. So even a more of a reason to look at it. So down, up, yeah, that looks kind of what you want, right? See that? See how it hung? Yeah, so there's something causing issue. So this has a pin right here, so we're going to hammer that pin out quick and then pull out the float and then really take a look at what's going on. Hammer it through. Might be a little bit easier to control. This thing's being a pain. There it is. Oh, I've said that before, but this time I actually mean it. Okay. Oh, man. The whole float just fell down. We'll have to find that. Or not the float, but the fuel stopper, the plunger, as they call it. So, we'll stop here. I'm going to find that quick. And then, I mean, you look at, this is pretty rusty, right? You start looking at this thing, and I'm wondering, we'll see. We'll clean it up and see what we can do. So that is what fell. It fell all the way to the floor though, so super easy to find. Nonetheless, it is definitely needed. Put that there. Got the plunger. This is how I just kind of keep everything together. That way I don't lose anything. All right. So I think what we're going to do is take out this screw. And when we do that, we're also going to take out, because I do have a replacement, which is, you know, I rather keep original, but I think that it's scraped inside where the plunger goes. I can take a look and see if I can smooth it out. Otherwise, I'm going to try and replace this piece right here, because it's sticking, and it could be sticking because the plunger's hitting inside against the wall. Like there's some chew marks here. Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to rip that one out, put in a new one. Probably find the new one before I rip that out, you know, in case we damage it. Let's see here. Yep. So that would be a new one. We should make sure the little plunger fits in there though. You know, looks can be deceiving. Might feel like the right one, look like the right one, and then you get hosed. But yeah, so see how that just kind of glides. When I do it in here, it glides, but then there's like sticky spots and all that. And I could probably clean it up, just do a polish wheel inside, and I might do that. But for quickness, I'm just gonna rip that one out, put in the new one, and we'll go from there. There it is. So, let's see if it'll maybe focus. Yeah. Clean the car, but I didn't take this out. And there's your result. What happens when you don't. So, we're going to clean that up. Just looking inside there. Doesn't look bad. What I'm worried about though is that the filter got stuck in there, if it had one. Let's take a look. Does not look like it did. All right. So what do we need? We need carb cleaner. And we need new screws. And that's all I can think of right now. So I'll be back. All right, got some carb cleaner. Should go ahead and try and clean this thing out a little bit more before we put on the new component. want to see, I want to pick at it a little bit to get some junk out. Might need a little bit of paper towel. Make a bunch of noise and let's see what we find. Seems all right. Agitated it a bit. Go in there, see what we get. Yeah, it's not too bad in there. I'd try and show you, but there's really not much to see. It's where the plunger goes, and it's a little dirty in there, and we're cleaning it. And then we're going to put it back in. Well, the new one. Old one, as you watched horrifically, I completely destroyed. That's all right. So we got another one. Just like that. Boom. New one in. Just in case anything flowed out. Clean it out. You know, looking at this, I don't know if you can see it. See how that's a little bit twisted? I don't like that, so I'm going to fix that. Make it a little bit more even. Thing's just crooked. This is not straightening the way that I want. I have to say, screw it. That's all right. We're going to go ahead, put this back together. What am I doing wrong here? Probably helps if I put it the right way. There we go. All right. That's all the way through. Just want to see how this feels. So it's gonna be like that. I can already tell that it's a lot looser, and it's gonna be a lot looser when you're an idiot and you don't put in the plunger. Isn't that brilliant? I know I'm brilliant. You're welcome. we'll go ahead and fix that off camera. Alright, so we're going to pretend that I did everything right the first time and didn't forget the plunger. You know, 'cause I would never make a mistake. What am I doing here? Doing that. Well, that just completely fell off. That went all the way down. How fun. Now it completely fell to the ground. I'm doing great. Ugh. So, because that happened, hitting it with carb cleaner, because I don't want any issues. Gunk and all that good stuff. So let's get it back on. Let's pay better attention to what we're doing. There we go. We're just going to tap her in. Tappy, tappy. All right. See, what is causing that? That would be it hitting all the way there. See how it, yeah, so it's overextending. All right, I see the issue. We're going to try and fix that. Which arguably is probably the issue the whole time, but I just didn't like how I left everything else. So we're just simply gonna bend this and bend that back like so. Well, that's going to be an issue, because that just popped right off of the float. I see. Okay. So, I'm going to take it back off. Hopefully not lose. What we could do, if you're ever scared of losing something, just put a magnet in your way. That way. Something has a hold of the little pieces in life, right? Yeah, I definitely screwed this up. That's all right. Life goes on. That way I didn't lose the little hanger, because they are tiny and I don't have any extra. That should maybe play around, but that should try fix it. We are going to lift this up. Try that. I mean, it just hangs off, and I'm not sure. I am obviously doing something wrong, and I'm not sure what it is. See how it gets stuck right there? I don't know if you can see that, but I don't want to go up. Why is that? Because of this hanger. So we need to figure that out. This stuff is finicky. I am by no means a pro. I dabble, but not a professional. I'm sure someone's watching this and is like, shouldn't have this many issues, dude. I get it, but I am. See if that fixed it. It's not all the way up and down. See how that float's just stuck open? Can't have that. Yeah, it gets stuck on the edge here. The only thing I can think of is to bend them back farther. You know, I don't want to destroy this thing by any means, but also don't really feel like dealing with this kind of issue. So, do some ad hoc changes. There you go. Maybe. I mean, that's working. Yeah. Yeah, that'll suffice. So, let's get back together. All right. So, first thing we need to do, we gotta put that little screw back. And in hindsight, I would argue that I should have bought a replacement. Just because it's rusty. And with rust comes more rust. So that's what I have looked forward to with it. But at the end of the day, with a carburetor, it's not a matter of if you're going to have to rebuild it. It's a matter of when. And when that happens, I'll replace the screw. Until then, we will live with it. And of course, I have to put it where this is. So I didn't put this in all the way. So I was thinking ahead. I'll put you to the side now because we got you figured out. And we'll put this, basically just locks in the piece that we just replaced. There we go. And put you in. And put you all the way through. Because we do need to test it once it's all the way through as well. Make sure there's not anything else that it's hanging on. tappy tappy. Oh, it feels great. So much better. That's not going to cause any issues anymore. All right. Now, with that, we will put this back together. It just goes like so. And like I was telling you, these are Allen heads I picked up at the store, which will make it way easier the next time I have to go in here. Hindsight, should have bought one that was longer than the others just because I forgot that it holds onto a clamp to hold the throttle adjust in place. But we might be fine. We'll know when we know. These are not happy. So these are not the right ones. That's all right. All right, so I gotta put this top on. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any hex screws to do this. I mean, I found some, but they weren't the right thread. And I could tap each of these and change the thread. That's really not a big deal. I just don't see that as a necessity. The screws will work. I'm just not going to use the old screws. I bought new screws, so we'll pull those out right now. And get everything put together. Which this goes here. There we go. If you're wondering what are these threads, are 4mm 0.7 by 12. Yeah. So 12 millimeters long. I usually get them just started, and then I'll go back and tighten them. But I like to do it evenly. If you hear noise in the background, it's farming equipment. Nothing to worry about. So this one. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. Hold on. Why am I challenged by this? That's funny. It should go. unless we're saying it goes like that. Doesn't make sense. This would make sense. So it would actually go over here. I see. Alright. Put this one in. That. There we go. Tighten that all the way down. Tighten you. All the way. You. And you. All right. Carburetor back together. You can hear a rattle in there. That's exactly what I want. Put this back on, and then we're going to fight getting this back in for like 25 minutes. So I'll stop here and probably speed this process up. All right, so fortunately my camera died, so I don't know how much of the carb install you were able to view. Nonetheless, we got it back together. Meanwhile, we had this guy, which is the old Peacock. So there is no way that I'm going to be able to record removing this. But just so you can see, like, this thing is shot. Absolutely shot. So we are going to take that out. And I'd argue someone's been in there before based on that seal. You look at how hard these are. That's not really where it's leaking. It's leaking from within here, which I might be able to take apart. We might be able to clean up. Taking that out, it is good to know. It is a torque. I think that's a 25. So, but easy enough. I have a replacement. So I'll look at this one. If I don't like what I'm seeing, I'll just use the new one that I got. Took that out off of camera while it charged. We got a new fuel line coming in. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there's a new fuel filter right there. Looks a lot cleaner. And we have a new on-off. Now, this might get changed again, and it's because I don't really like this bow around. But if it works, it's probably fine. It's just surprising that this said that it's for specifically this model, and they have the hose coming out the opposite end. So yeah, that's what happens when we don't buy OEM. But with that, we should be able to just run. I say that. There we go. So that's running. We will take a video driving it, you'll see it right after. These headlights are not ideal. I wonder if the brights work. Well, one does. Yep. We'll get replacements. For now, we gotta get that back on. I don't have gas dripping everywhere, so that's how you know success. Sweet. Let's kill that, and we will put on the air box. Well, not the air box, the air vent. God. It's getting dark. Making it a little hard to see. Let's see if I can get this to play nice. There we go. Alright. Oh, you shifted. How bad did you shift? Oh, that's lovely. You got that right in your face. Let's move that. Like so. Find my trusty screwdriver. I have no idea where I put it. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So, we're going to tighten the clamp here. Right. Switch ends and put these in. There we go. That should be good. Put the seat on. We'll wrap her up. There we go. All right. We'll have the test rider tomorrow. Stay tuned. All right, so last video we finished up, got the carb finally situated. Put in a new Peacock fuel lines, and she starts. Now we just got to make sure that she drives. Oofta. So yeah, let's take it out. item to note, this is a 2000 Arctic Cat 250 2x4. So this is actually a 5-speed. So when you have it in neutral to get into first, you would down click here, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So it has 5 gears. And then this would just be the reverse order, right? So you'd go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, neutral. So you're shifting with your actual foot here. And yeah, that's really about it, other than, you know, braking and steering and all that good stuff. So yeah, with that, let's go ahead and put it in gear. See, the neutral light went, and we'll just go. So yeah, other than idle being a little low, I mean, she's a ripper. Works very well. Shifting is very clean. Maybe you need a minor adjustment when it comes to rear brake, because it's not stopping up without engine braking. So, but front brake, this does work, no problem. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, we'll see you next time. See what next adventure I'll get into. Take care.